way. You're going to have to get down. Going to have to get down.
Alright guys, welcome back, A&E Family Farm. I'm Eric.
And I'm Amber.
And thanks for clicking on this video. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. Leave us a comment below. This episode we're going to talk about a year in review. It's been a little over a year since we've had the goats, and what all has transpired since then. We wrote down little talking points, if you call it that, is talking points. So first point we want to talk about is our humble beginnings. And if you went back and watched the older videos of where we, oh look,
ow,
when you get old you get bloody. Our humble beginnings, where we came from, ow, and where did it start? Oh, River, you're messing up the video. River's our problem child, as everybody knows. She is big boy, just a big boy. Can't get the chair. This is River's two kids right here. Just your buddy. Get down. So our humble beginnings. You saw in the video where we went to the North Carolina Classic Kiko sale, and we bought our first four, counting River as the yearling, and Tinker, Honeybee, and Marilyn were pregnant, or supposed to be pregnant. We brought them home and they did kid out. So we had our first kidding season. Didn't have an idea when they would kid. We just knew they were going to kid. And so if you watch them older videos, you saw, oh, one day, oh, did we know what we were doing? No. Do we know what we're doing now? No.
Did we have a fence when we came home?
No.
With our goats?
So we have tried to do the best we can with what we have. And I think in our humble beginnings, it was a real eye-opener for us, getting the goats, starting YouTube at the same time to document our journey. So yeah, this is a 1 year in review. Actually, it's a little over 12 months. It's more like 14 months since we first got the goats. And since then, we went from 4 to 27 and counting.
Yes.
We still have 2 mamas left to kid this spring, and their due date was yesterday.
Honeybee.
So we're looking tomorrow or the next few days, them having their kids and completing our kidding season for this year. About our humble beginnings, you've seen our first 4, and you've seen in the videos, Whiskey was born, Maverick and Master P. Marilyn gave birth to
Millie and
Master
Bandit.
Bandit. We sold him.
We were, Eric was out of town. It came a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out. I just knew that when I got home, or when I got up that morning, that she would have kidded. And sure enough, I went out and I don't know, it was already like 4 inches of snow, and she was eating her placenta and had 2 kids. So I was fortunate that Eric got to come home that day, and he made it through. And you saw in that video that he made it home to see our second birth.
So, under our humble beginnings, What were some of the challenges? That's a talking point. Challenge. That challenged us on our ability, proficiency, and I can say that we can adapt and we can make things happen on the fly. If we can, we will. You saw that in the videos where we worked on the old barn and we tried to make things happen, and how we put plastic up inside, and the first kidding season was the old barn, and they done well. And I don't have any wood, but we knock on wood and say we didn't lose anything on the first season. Everything come out healthy, and everything came out good, and we started from there, and then we started fencing for paddocks. And the challenge for us, the biggest challenge was the physical demand for just the two of us. We don't have nobody else to help us. We had those kids, yeah, but they're all grown and gone and doing their life and living it the way they know how, the best of their ability, and they're not nowhere around close. So we just do the best we can with just us two. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's not. You may know how that is when you get to things are not going perfect, and then get ill and angry and fuss and cuss and carry on. But that's been it. Challenge was been the physical demand to get everything done. We built the paddocks the first year. We did all the fencing. Y'all saw the videos of that. I rented a skid steer, drilled the holes, and we done the fencing. We started the paddocks and gave the goats more grazing. Since then, we built 4 paddocks, and we trust in the poly wire. I mean, it's been remarkable. We've bought 2 different systems. Got a charging system and poly wire on one side of the farm, and charging system and poly wire on the other side of the farm. And the goats don't challenge it. They learn quick what that wire can do. It bites you. So these little kids have learned how it's bit them to get them to stay on their side of the fence.
I think that our challenge too was shelter. We were struggling. We had the old barn, but still, as our herd grew, that just wasn't big enough. So to have the paddocks to where the goats are able to come back to the barn has kind of been a challenge. And you saw some of the videos where we built the temporary shelters in the little paddocks. You know, that's okay when you got a few goats, but when you have several goats, they're not able to all fit in there at one time.
Right, so we built them temporary shelters, and that's been good. They treat it as a playground too, so they get on top and they do the king of the mountain stuff. And these new kids, they've really been enjoying the temporary shelters. Then we built a new barn. Of course, it's not completed, but we done the best we could to hurry to get it built before winter and kidding season this spring, and it's worked out very well for us. We're going to keep adding to it. I noticed one thing about shelters: there's never enough. There's never enough shelter. So,
or fencing.
So I'm fixing to add more shelters when I start doing my rotational grazing, and I'm develop these paddocks. Each paddock will have its own little run-in shelter, and it will have a side room on the shelter for all the hay and the feed and all that to go in the little side room. And we're going to build an alleyway that we can drive all the way around and stop at each shelter and do our necessary feeding or treatment to the goats at each paddock. That'll help out. That's to come. So yeah, the that was the biggest challenge. Shelters and physical demand. Look, boom.
Ah.
Amber's got another camera set up. And of course, y'all know she's TikTok star or whatever. She gets out there and does her lives. And she's got a little following on TikTok. You ain't supposed to say stuff like that on YouTube. But
No, buddy. Come here.
y'all go over and check her out. So our next talking point for this 1 year in review is after our humble beginnings, and you saw how we started out with those 4 goats, and we had nothing, and we built everything within the last 12 months for the goats. We worked hard, always busy. So our next talking point is adapting to change. So I say there's change every day. Every day there's change. There's something that you got to do. It's a farm that is in progress, and if everything was already established, it'd be simple. But nothing is established completely, so we're having to change every day. Just this week, the last two days ago, we separated everybody, brought all the yearlings and the moms and the babies, the kids that were born in the spring, all together, and gave them a bigger paddock, and gave the older moms a bigger paddock. So we swapped goats around, made bigger paddocks, closed off one paddock to let it rest. So yeah, today I moved Max over with Sheba to give him some, what we call that, naked time from somebody else.
Playtime.
Playtime. So he's over there, she's wearing him down. But there's always change. So our daily routines change with what changes on the farm. So our feeding schedule stays the same. We feed the bottle babies at 8 o'clock religiously. 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and around 8 o'clock in the evening before we go to bed. We feed the puppies at 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, we usually feed all the moms a little grain. We feed the boys, the bucks, and we feed all the girls a little grain. We feed all the bigger dogs. So the bigger dogs get fed
Twice a day.
Twice a day. They get fed in the morning at 8 o'clock and at night at 8 o'clock. And we don't feed but a cup of dog food. So
yeah. So another thing that we had to adapt to was our dogs. We brought a dog home when we brought those 4 goats home, and one dog is not enough. So we had her female, Maggie, and we went and we purchased a male, Max, and so then she bred him, or he bred her, and we had 10 puppies. So of those 10 puppies, we retained 4. So we knew we're trying to build our herd, so we're going to get those puppies fixed. We kept 1 female and 3 of the males out of it. So we'll probably keep the female, so we might be able to breed her later on, but the males we're going to have fixed. So that's been another thing we've had to adapt to, is caring for puppies. I've never had puppies before that I had to actually take care of, or take care of the mom when she was having puppies. So as I'm learning how to take care of goats having kids, I'm also learning how to take care of dogs having puppies.
changes. Caring for the herd. Personalities of each goat. Boy, this could be a video all by itself.
Yeah.
In the past videos, y'all seen River. River's our mascot on the goats. Ranger is our mascot on the dogs. He's in every video except for this one because he's outside the paddock. He's standing there looking at me as we speak and thinking about how to get in here.
He can't get in.
But each goat does have its own personality, and that's what's funny. We don't really try to throw names at the goats as soon as they're born. We kind of try to let them get a little older and let their personality name them. There's several of the kids now that we haven't even named none of them because they haven't showed us what their name is. But River, yeah, River's the one now. She had one doeling
and a buck.
And a little buck. And I tell you this, her little girl's identical personality to that mama. So we're gonna have to get creative with naming River's. River's name was
River's Darling.
River's Darling. So we can't name her daughter that, but we'll come up with something. And maybe you can help us. I don't know. Throw us some comments on some ideas on some names.
The dad's Whiskey, and the mom is True Blues Whiskey, and then River's Darling is the parents. Yeah. So if you have any ideas, drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
But she is just like River. She's into everything, smart, trying to figure things out. River's so smart. That's another thing. You never underestimate a goat because they're thinking one step ahead of you.
And believe me, they watch what you do and they learn from what you do. And if you don't secure a gate, they can open the gate. Mm-hmm. They can get out on their own without having to go through a fence or over a fence. They can go through a gate because they know how to open the gate. Watching you do it so many times. So you have to have secure latches that you secondary latch your gates and stuff. What was one of the bonds between us and the goats and us and the dogs as far as the farm animals? I'll let Amber do most of the talking on this point because my bond is more of a emotional bond. If they make me mad, I'm ready to get rid of them. All of them. So Amber does more of the bonding with the animals. She feeds them crackers and animal crackers and stuff like that. I just want to take care of them, but she has more of the bond. So
I try to form that relationship with them so I can easily handle them. I'm not physically able to hold them or do. So I try to secure that bond with them. That way I can easily pet them. They come to me. And, you know, you're not supposed to have favorites, but I must say I have a favorite. And it's Marilyn, Miss Marilyn. And I would say Eric's favorite is River, but
she's the mischievous one.
And if anybody has animals, they know they grow on you, they become part of your family, and they are therapy. So when I'm having a bad day, or even if I'm mad at him, I come out here, and the goats know. If I'm upset, I'm crying, the goats right there, they know, and they're just my therapy.
Let's move on to our next talking point, and that is
rewards. What rewards have we gotten? And I guess that's one of the rewards that I just talked about was they're my therapy.
Well, if it's therapy's one thing and monetary is another thing, and we're not making no money, I tell you that. We have lost money.
Oh, sissy.
Galore. So getting into farming, yeah, that's one thing. We have to do something with the farm. So we got the goats, and now we're getting a goat herd established, and it cost a lot of money to start from nothing, and we have spent a lot of money.
But we didn't have infrastructure, so we had to.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have anything, so yeah, we spent lots of money. So, have they made us any money? No. Will they make us money? Yes, because I've got a plan, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But
I'm getting bit over here.
we're gonna make money with these goats one way or another. Show a profitability.
This is Bella here, aka Cece, and this is the bond I'm talking about. She was biting my hair because I wasn't petting her.
Y'all remember in the early video, she's the one that broke her leg, and we splinted it, and she's done well. So, if Jamie, if you ever watch our videos, notice the ones behind me here. They're coming along pretty good. Oh Wanda Spitfire. I call her Spitfire. Oh Sunrise. Ain't that right? Ain't you girls?
So those are the two we purchased at the North Carolina Kiko Classic this last November, and they are from Seven Stands Farm. So we have talked about Seven Stands Farm quite a bit in our videos. So if you haven't checked his YouTube out, go on over there and give him a like and a follow. He is also where we purchased Maggie from, our first livestock guardian dog that gave us 10 puppies, and she's our best dog. So
the rewards is we keep buying goats and having goats. So if you don't mind, one moment. Fat boy, get up. Let me turn you around. These are the rewards. These are the rewards we're talking about. Seal River. There's Ranger. See?
Sissy's gonna get me. Oh, you can't pull my hair. Okay, you're gonna have to get down. You're gonna have to get down.
So on rewarding the farm, of course we built the bond and the goats have multiplied. The dogs have multiplied. We're getting to where we wanted to be. We wrote a business plan for our farm when we started, where we would want to be in each year. And the greatest reward, I guess, to see is to see us hit our goals that we set for each year. We hit our goal for this past year, and we have a goal for this year, this fiscal year that we're in, and we're looking to hit it. Might hit it a little early, but we're going to try to hit it. You have to make realistic goals, and the reward is in seeing the success that you have accomplished those goals.
So, looking ahead.
Well, the farm's progress has come a long way. The reward in that is we keep adding and building and doing. So, yes, the farm has come a long way. It has a long way to go, trust me. But one of these days it will be a sustainable goat farm. And we'll have everything just a little OCD about that, how I want things, but make things simple and easy. I want it as simple and easy as it could possibly be if it was just her and she could sustain and keep everything going by herself. So that's what we're looking for in the progress in the future.
And how he designed the barn, he tried to make it as easy on feeding for me as possible.
what kind of joy do we have from farming experience in general, since we wasn't farmers per se? Um, I grew up in the city on the street. I had no farming experience. Now, when we lived at our previous residence before we moved here, we did have a little small mini farm, and you might call it that. We raised some pigs and chickens, and you've heard the stories about all that in the past videos. But that was in a garden, put in a massive garden, and doing all that canning stuff. We've done that. We still do that. But no, I didn't have a lot of experience. But you know, if you put your mind to something, you can make it happen. And I think that's the evidence of what we've done here. And did we know anything about goats? No. Have we ever put our hand on a goat? No. Until we went to the sale. And I'll have to give a shout out to our good friend, Dr. Ann. Dr. Ann has helped us along the way. We've spent many hours and days on her farm, doing all kinds of stuff, getting our hands on it, and even from castrating to vaccinating, to separating. We've done it all over on her farm. So kidding. We've enjoyed it. So that helped us a little to get to where we're at now.
She's been a great mentor. So, and YouTube. If you don't know how to do something, there's always a YouTube video on it.
There's always a YouTube video that you can look up and see. I think this one right here is going to be Rivers running in the running for Rivers' spot. So our last talking point is looking ahead. What are we going to look forward to? We've talked briefly about little key points about the future. We do have a business plan, and we're trying to achieve those goals. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I haven't really spilt no information out on any of our videos, but I recently lost my job a little over 60 days ago. I had that job for several years. Me being 52 years old now, it's hard for me to go back to start point. So there's something I always wanted to do with the goats from the start, that I have in my business plan from the start, and that is target grazing or goatscaping. So without further ado, I'm making it known now to you guys out there. I have reached out to many people, our extension agents, UT extension agents come down, toured the farm. We sat down, went over a lot of things. Our tax CPA sat down, went over a lot of things. I've talked to some people across the country about the goatscaping industry or the business, and got some good feedback from them, and what we're fixing to do in the near future is start that business and get it up and running, and utilize these goats to put in the chew crew. All the boy kids that were born this spring, they will be weathered and put in the chew crew, along with maybe some of the older does, to help them out in the beginning. So we are going to start that goatscaping business from A&E Family Farm as a side. That's what I'm going to try to start doing for a new life, a new income, new way of income. I want to see it succeed. If this farm can succeed, that business will succeed. So I will try to put everything I got in that farming business. So stay tuned for those videos coming out as we get it going. I want to video the progress and the journey of that, as well. So that's coming up in the near future. The farm, we're gonna add more goats. I mean, we got to add more goats. I was wanting to do goats on genetics, but also I'm going to do goats on commercial side for meat production. There's other areas in which I want to tap into as far as the meat market and selling the meat. We did tour the Mississippi State Small Ruminant Conference this past February. They have another one this year. I think it's in June.
It's in the summer sometime now.
And we're going to go back. Great program. If you have the chance and opportunity to go to Mississippi State Small Ruminant Conference, I advise you to go if you need to know anything about goat productions and goat farming, period. They have a meat lab on campus. It's open to the public. They have a USDA agent, federal staff there. He'll grade the animals that you bring. They'll process your animals. He'll put his label on it. Then you can sell it out of your farm store. So that's one of the avenues in which we're looking forward to in the future too. So
so we have adapted to change with, it's ever evolving change, and then his company downsizing and he losing his job. We've had to think of new ways and
come here, River.
New projects for the farm.
Come here, River. Come here, River. Yeah, so to end this video, we want to thank all of our YouTube support for our subscribers that follow along with us from the day one journey. We thank you and appreciate you. Reach out there and comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. That's just going to help the channel. I'm not looking to make income on none of that, even though that's a possibility, whatever. We just wanted to document our journey, and that's what we're doing, is documenting our journey as goat farmers. We started with the Kikos, we're going to stay with the Kikos, the breed, and hopefully they will provide us a future in the farming business. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned to another video. We'll get out here and make more videos. We hadn't made one in a while because the kids were being born, and you saw those videos as they were being born. But we've had a lot of things transpire since then, and I've got to make more paddocks. I got to make more pasture and open up for them. More ground. It's starting to green out. Everything's starting to green out. These right here get their heads stuck in the fence trying to eat the briars on the other side. They'll have to start learning to wear the stupid stick on their horns to keep them from sticking their head through the fence. Millie had her head in the feeder today. Mm-hmm. She was squalling, and I had to go rescue her from being in the feeder. So it's always something. Always something. So, again, I'm Eric.
And I'm Amber.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
She literally ate that paper.